Hey guys, it's Katie, and I'm here today to talk to you guys about the books that I got for my birthday. I know it's a bit late because my birthday was at the end of May, but a lot of the books that I got ended up coming late, so I figured I'd wait until they actually came before I should have told you about them all. 2 were ebooks, and 13 were physical books, and so I might as well launch in and tell you about them. The first book I ended up getting was The Bones of You by Laura Stone, and I think I've talked a little bit about this before. It's an LGBT romance that is all about second chances. The 2 characters in the book are 2 boys that used to date in, I can't remember if it was high school or college, and they broke up. One moved to London to get his degree, and the other went to New York to pursue theater. And then one day, the one in London hears about a performance or a show that the one in New York is in. His old friend sends him a video of it, and it brings up all kinds of old feelings and old memories, and they ultimately reunite and kind of work through their issues and ultimately get a second chance at love and life and all kinds of good things. And it's got a bunch of side characters that are really clever, funny, witty, and just enjoyable all around. Just really excited to get my hands on an actual copy. Now, the second book I got, Circe by Madeline Miller. I read The Song of Achilles back in April, I believe, and I loved every second of it. So I'm so glad I got my hands on that. And her second book is Circe. So if you guys have read the Odyssey, there is a witch by the name of Circe, and she seduces Odysseus and causes a lot of chaos and whatever. But this book is all about her and her life, because everything that we really know about her, we hear about in the Odyssey. So I'm really excited to see what all of that's all about, because I love mythology and I love everything historical and ancient and medieval. You know this about me by this point. I would have loved to have gotten it in the physical copy, but as many of you know by now, you know my situation, so I just got it on ebook, and I'll stare at the gorgeous artwork in black and white instead of what it is in its original form. The third book I got is The Iliad and the Odyssey by Homer, and I got it in this gorgeous edition. This was one of the Barnes & Noble editions. This particular copy is usually not made anymore, but I was able to find it on Amazon. And so I just decided to get it. And I'm really glad I did, because it's gorgeous. But one thing I am going to say I'm not the biggest fan of is it's not written in the original verse. It's written in prose, paragraph form, and that's not exciting. I'm not too excited that it's written that way, and I've heard this is not the greatest translation, but I mean, it's the same story regardless. I mean, it's just a copy. It's a clean, pretty edition, despite the fact that it's written in paragraph form. I'm really glad I decided to get it, and I'll see if I can do a bit of a close-up of the cover, because it's, as I said, it's so pretty. So yes. And then the I got are all from the Realm of the Elderling series by Robin Hobb. I just decided to get the entire series, besides the Rain Wilds, because I got those for Christmas, from the Book Depository, because I needed to have them in physical form, and I'm just dying. They're even more gorgeous in person than when you see them in picture form, or even when you see them from people on BookTube. Just, they're so pretty. So I'm just gonna show them to you guys and scream about them. So the first one that I got is Assassin's Apprentice which is the very first book in the entire series. And it's this also probably the smallest book in the entire series. But it's so pretty, guys. I'm obsessed with these. And next, I got Royal Assassin, which is the second book in the Farseer trilogy and also the second book overall. And it's a little bit chunkier. Third is Assassin's Quest, which is the third and final book in the Farseer trilogy and the third book overall in the series. Now we're getting into the second trilogy, which is the Live Ship Traders trilogy. So this is Ship of Magic, and it's the first book in the Live Ship Traders trilogy. The second book in that trilogy is Mad Ship. And it's so pretty. This is the fifth book overall in the Realm of the Elderling series. And finally, Ship of Destiny, which is the third book in the Live Ship Traders trilogy and the sixth book overall. First book in that trilogy is Fool's Errand. This is the first book in the Tawny Man trilogy and the seventh book in the overall series. The Golden Fool, second book of the Tawny Man trilogy and the eighth book overall. Then Fool's Fate, which is the third book in the Tawny Man trilogy and the ninth book overall. After the Tawny Man trilogy, you know I have the Rainwild Chronicle, which consists of 4 books, and those are books 10, 11, 12, and 13 of the Realm of the Elderlings series, and the first book of the quartet is called Dragon Keeper. The second book is Dragon Haven. The third book is City of Dragons, and the fourth book is Blood of Dragons. But because I have those already, and you should have seen them in my Christmas haul. If you didn't, I'll link them up in that up in the cards. And now, book 14, and also a book that I just finished a little while ago, is Fool's Assassin. And this is the first book in the Fitz and the Fool trilogy and the 14th book overall in the Realm of the Elderlings series. I also have a signed copy of that particular book. My friend got it for me last year when she went to Comic-Con, and she sent it to me as a late birthday gift. But I had to have this specific cover, so I'm just so glad I got it. And then the next book is Fool's Quest, which is the second book in the Fitz and the Fool trilogy and the 15th book overall in the Realm of the Elderling series. And last but not least, we have Assassin's Fate, which is the third book in the Fitz and the Fool trilogy and the 16th book in the overall Realm of the Elderling series. And as of right now, it is the last book of the entire series. But it is also my favorite cover. Look at how beautiful that cover is. It's seriously one of my all-time favorite covers of any book that I have, and it's just, I could stare at this for hours and just be happy. I love this. I'm probably going to die when I read this, but oh my god, it's so pretty. Don't fall. Do not fall. Anyway, those are the books that I got for my birthday this year, and I'm really excited to read them, and in some cases reread some of them, and I'm just so glad that I finally have the entire Realm of the Elderling series to put on my shelves, because, buddy, that series means so much to me. If you are somewhat new-ish to my channel, you've watched any of my videos or spent any time here, you know that I talk about this series literally all the time. But for those of you who aren't familiar what this series is about, our main character is named Fitz, and he is a bastard son of a prince. And basically, because of this, how bastards are looked at in this specific society. He is just generally shunned and ignored, but he gets trained as a courtly assassin, and he has to do all kinds of crazy and chaotic things, goes on all kinds of adventures. But he also has several different types of magic, and there's this whole other cast of characters that gets explored and that he interacts with, and it's hard. It's so hard not to fall in love with them, but it's also an incredibly emotionally draining series because of everything that not only Fitz, but the other characters go through. The Live Ship Traders trilogy and the Rainwild Chronicles, which is the 4-book series, and those don't really follow Fitz's story. However, all the books do tie together, so you must read them in order. But the Live Ship Traders trilogy primarily focuses on this specific family called the Vestrits. Now, the Vestrits are a trading family, and they have what's called a live ship. Live ships are incredibly valuable and useful because they can come alive, and they are just incredibly important to the life of a trader. But there is a lot more to it. I can't really go into much more detail than that, but it deals with ships and pirates and trading and just all kinds of stuff, and it's incredibly feminist, so it's just extra fun. And honestly, I think that's one of her best series of the lot. The Rainwild Chronicle follows a group of kids that are from the Rainwild region, and I'm not going to tell you much more than it deals with dragons and politics and a lot of lore and history, and it explains a very, very important part of the entire world. A general overview of what that series kind of is about. But yeah, those are books that I got for my birthday, and I'm very excited to read them and or reread them and just have them on my shelves or on my Kindle. That's about really all I've got for you today. So as always, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media. I have a Twitter and a Goodreads, which are both linked below. And I also have a second Twitter, an Instagram, and a Tumblr upon request if you'd like. And I will come back with another video for you guys again soon. Okay, bye.